You're up to 10 to catch a killer. After giving your statement, you step out of the precinct for some fresh air, only to be met with a swarm of reporters. Jesse, over here. Tell us about how you apprehended the killer. Jesse, sure the killer was targeting you and your family and friends specifically. I can't speak to your motive. I'm lucky to be alive. Now, if you'll excuse me. You head back, but the reporters block your way, closing in around you. There's one more sound, two more sound right. We back off. But they don't. Instead, they draw nearer. As you start to seriously consider clawing your way free, you hear the reporter's voice over the crowd. Alright, vultures, clear out. You can wait for a briefing on your investigation from my department like everyone else. Detective Porter pushes his way past the reporters and ushers you through the crowd and into the precinct. You breathe a sigh of relief. I never thought I'd be glad to see you. Into the rescue. Don't take me. I only came looking for you because your purpose interrogation was the start. The mayor wants you listening for the record. Since when does Mayor Jackson care what I think? She doesn't. She cares what you're going to say. Not a word. The reporter heads for a small room in the back, and you hurry to follow. As he pushes open the door, you enter to find yourself looking through a one-way mirror at the man who broke into your home. I never forget how hard my heart was pounding when I first heard him jump the stairs. Doesn't have to be so scared. The memory settles into your bones, tossing your shoulder. You're asking me, life in prison isn't enough of a punishment. After you, that the porter clears his throat. For legal reasons, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. But trust me when I say, justice will be served. Who even is this guy anyway? The detective picks up a thick metal folder and opens it to a rap sheet. Meet Brian Glenn. Previous criminal record as long as my entire body, not to mention a history of trespassing, stalking, and assault. Where was this guy when I was your prime suspect? Probably in the abandoned wing of the prison. We didn't keep him sleeping there, and I stopped at Joe's gravesite. The ground has been disturbed once more. Has been disturbed more than once. That was when my swab started stabbing Joe's DNA. They must have transferred over when you tapped me. I thought the test snapped toward you, and immediately you realized your mistake. How do you know about the DNA sample? Lucky guess. Luckily for you, the interrogation begins next door, and the two of you quickly quiet down listening. Mr. Brian, if we could please stay in the present moment, but that's the point, and none of us would be in this present moment without Joseph Campbell. Nobody on this damn island understands that, and those goddamn kids are an insult to his legacy. The younger one abandoned the island, and the older one just does her ridiculous social media crap. It's like they don't care at all. Does, as in present tense, maybe she's a good actor, but Brian really sounds like he doesn't know Dustin is dead. He glanced over at the Dr. Porter, but his expression is unreadable. Porter isn't exactly begging to share his most thoughts with me. Besides, if I'm right, that means Bill Thrust up there, taking a touch to break his stance, in a way his eyes strike Brian like a predator, watching his prey. Oh, and here. Turn your attention back to the interrogation, keeping your suspicions to yourself. So, if I'm hearing this right, you're motivated to kill by the disrespect to stabbing Joe's legacy. Wait, who did I kill again? Destiny Goodman, Ryan. You killed her. I did? You did. But we need to know about the others. About Alana and Coda. Were they just collateral damage and you path with the Goodmans? Alana? The other kid who died at the party a few days ago? What should do anything? These questions are so leading. This can't be legal. But the child reporter doesn't so much as flinch. His expression hardened as he grumbles under his breath. Come on. As the telescope is locked onto the interrogation happening next door, you can't help but turn your attention to him. After Lana's murder, the detective reporter was so sure it was me he wouldn't consider another suspect, and now all of a sudden he's sure it's Brian? Something about this is right. Is it at me? No way, he's who I'm looking for. If there's one thing I know, it's killers. And Charles Porter doesn't have the stones. He's an older taker, underlying born and bred, but there's someone who's been born with things as before I stepped off the ferry. Immediately, your mind goes to Mary Jackson, the way she used her influence to cover up the crimes, her indifference to the kidnapping, her sudden interest in you now that she's stories gaining traction. Horrified, you look at Brian and drew the one-way mirror. His eye was in the confusion. Where is all fun? Nice story. Officer starts on Brian again. Let's try again. When you kill those people at Terrorfest parade, did you pick them specifically, or did they just get in your way? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. You mean the parade the other night? Don't play games with me, Brian. You know you killed those people. He got right to her feet and pulled out a pair of handcuffs before walking around the table, palm in the back of his head, and shoving his face down with a hard whack. If you lied to me again, we'll skip the confession, and I'll just jump the straight up, locking you up. What do you think about that, Stabby Joe? She leans in, ballot in his ear, and as the molecule rolls off her tongue, Brian's eyes sink closed. The look on his face, pure ecstasy. Okay, you got me. You did it. That's more like it. Now let's talk about how. Next to you, Detective Porter grins. The mayor's gonna love this. But before you can finish, he said, yeah. He turns to you, and the slow look on his face stops you cold. Congratulations, Jesse. You just caught a murderer. He charges out of the room, and you follow, only to find your friends in the lobby waiting for you. I thought you were all meeting here. Where'd you go? Porter brought me back to watch the interrogation. The guy, Brian, he confessed. Well, didn't you have to? We caught him red-handed after all. Not just with a break-in, but with Destiny, Lana, Coda, all of it. You just said a murderer confessed. You move your head around to see one of the reporters from earlier, just inside the doorway. That's gonna make one hell of a tall line. But before you can react, he's already flinging open the freezer door, shouting at full volume. They got him. He confessed. It's over. The crowd outside cheers, and as you peer through the door frame, you see it's going even bigger than it was earlier. The way parties have since joined the flock, and as the news ripples drew in waves, you can practically see them cast their fears aside. Oh my god, here's fast like a Joe 2.0. T-shirts, get your I Live t-shirts here. Don't forget to live the history that started it all. Abandoned prison toy tickets for you folks. They're still at it. It's like they haven't learned anything. As the words slip from your lips, your hand squeezes your shoulder. You turn to face the air. They lead you away from the mob outside, and out of earshot, their face the picture of concern. Jesse, what's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost. The festivities ramp up outside, and as echoes of laughter and conversation reach you, all you can think of is the danger you might be all still be in. I know it sounds crazy, but I just keep thinking, what if he didn't do it? What? But he confessed. I know, but there was something about the way he confessed. The officer called him Stabby Joe, and it's almost like he was happy. That's weird. It was worse than that. When I first saw the guy, he was only interested in me because I was related to Stabby Joe. Okay? So it's not him. Who is it? That's the problem. I don't know. Maybe it's Detective Porter. Maybe it's the mayor. Maybe I've blown this whole thing out of proportion, and it is Brian. You're saying it's the mayor as if the mayor isn't not his mom. You could just said maybe it's your mom. You could just said this. Maybe it's the mom. So the mayor, whatever. And the whole thing, I can seriously questioning my instincts, and there are too many options to know who to trust. Who I can trust. As you hang your head, sorry, get your arm squeezed. Well, you can trust me. Lay it all out for me. From an outside perspective, it might be just what you need to narrow down the most likely suspect. Means I smile one of your own, and you can't help but feel a third trap. So treasureful. You might be right. Maybe if I can get everything out of my head, I'll be able to see it clear. So what was I here? Choose your options. Add to your fortune score and build your relationship. But Naya, there's gotta be somewhere we can talk in private. You stalk the halls before finding an empty conference room and pushing the door open, leaving Zaire inside. Perfect. And he's been whiteboarding here. I think the best way to start is just to draw out everything and see what sticks. I can take notes where you talk. In that case, I guess we should start by listing out all these suspects. Obviously, we have Brian. And paste Zaire's fantastic marker and takes the place of the whiteboard, scrawling as you speak. And I think we need to put the rest of us back up there too. Just be thorough. Sure. You also mentioned the detective and the mayor, and I agree. Those two are definitely suspicious. But we can't forget about the early copycat killer that was never got. Oh yeah. The mayor isn't actually their mom. But the mom could be the mayor. Hey. Oh no. Their mom isn't the mayor, but they're like the runner-up. I think that your mom's the runner-up to be the mayor, not actually the mayor. But seriously? I thought we were looking at all the possibilities. Fair enough. Then I think we better add the reporter too. So their future list is this about to look at their work. And there's a lot of suspects. The easiest way to tackle them all will be in groups. Quickly, they separate the list of suspects into your friends, into your friend group, into authority figures, and leftovers. Alright, so with us, who do you trust at least? Obviously, I trust you and me, so... So I can't tap anything. I am nicely breathed through my nose. Please I'm choking on it. Lined up being in school is huge, and I'm just not sure about how much I trust him after that. And also means he's been here the whole time, so he's had the most opportunity out of anyone. True. Zaya wipes away the rest of your group and jots down your suspicions about Tyson before turning back to look at you. Okay, now it makes you not completely sure it's him. You know how much our little group means to him? Why would he want to destroy it? Plus, he's been one trying to keep everyone calm and together. That'll make it pretty hard to pick us off. Zaya takes notes dutifully, pausing only once they gotten all down. Okay, got it. Let's see the next group. I think that would be the mayor and the detective. No, wait, the mayor is the mom. Trust the least. Detective Porter. Detective Porter is in the best position to get rid of evidence or just flat out not investigate. And he stood by and watched while they forced Brian's confession with his glee. He literally congratulated me afterward. This is definitely something to think about. But on the other hand, I have to consider whether he would have been able to get away from the station for long enough to do some of the things we know the killer did. It would be hard for a detective with a full caseload to sneak away or else someone noticing. But I still think there's something there. Fair enough. Not another word. So that's why I weighed the other option and placed his name with your suspicions. That just leaves Brian, Beggs, and the first copycat killer who was never caught. Turn your attention to the last group inside. Of these three, I gotta say, I'm not getting murderer vibes. Isn't that all the more reason to check them out? The best murderers were right under everyone's noses and went undiscovered for years. You think back to Brian obsessively grabbing at you, Bess's constant stinginess, and a general air of mystery around the former copycat killer. I guess it's not completely unreasonable to suspect them. So, out of this bunch, who are you thinking? Is it Beck's dead? The copycat killer who went underground is the only suspect we have that we know is capable of this. And since they were never caught the first time, they were able to hide in plain sight. But we don't know if they're even still alive or if they live on the island. Still, so we got to go on right now. Say jots down your thoughts, then just at the board. So that leaves us with a tough suspects, none of which are based on any concrete evidence. You stare at the mud board until the letters start to swim before your eyes. No proof, just vibes. At this point, I'm no better than this detective Porter. One thing we know you have that Porter doesn't is the best intentions. Who the hell is paid with good intentions? If I'm right, an innocent man is going to jail, and someone out there is going to have access to an all-you-can-kill smorgasbord, and I can't let on suspect. What side you turned to there? What do you think? As much as I wish I didn't, I can't help thinking it's my mom. Really? Why? I've been looking into her, and between that and covering everything up, this has been her written all over it. If she didn't do it herself, but she hired someone. While with power and influence, she easily could have set Brian up, be her fall guy. Think you might be right. I'm wondering if it's possible there might be two people involved. I'd say it's more than possible. It's probable. He knows the flash of sadness in her eyes, and you give this shoulder a squeeze. I'm so sorry, Layer. I hope you say she's not involved, but I definitely won't count her out yet. You glanced at the board, and with a physical representation of your mind's inner workings, patiently written inside his loving hand, and you feel at peace. So, thank you for hearing me out on this. I know it sounds crazy. We're in the middle of a murder investigation on an island where the #1 tourist attraction is a festival celebrating a murderer. Your suspicions haven't even cracked the top 10 craziest things I've heard today. Still, it's nice to have someone that can say all this out loud. It's nice to have someone that can say all this to out loud. Days out of my head is a mess. Then shoots you a look that warns you from head to toe. If the inside of your head looks anything like the rest of you, then I'm sure it's incredible. Not that I'm flirting. They kept the marker, and as they approach, you realize you're alone together, and you feel completely safe. It's a pleasant feeling, one you've grown to appreciate over the last few days, and you can't help but draw nearer, like a moth to a flame. Still, I feel like I owe you one for something. Take your hand in yours, placing your fingers together without a second thought. I don't know if I can do this without you, so thank you. You step closer, lean in and placing a soft, sweet kiss on your lips, and as you melt into the warmth, you press yourself closer, reveling in the feeling as your lips open to you. You pull back, and as you rest your forehead against theirs, they whisper to you, your breath ghosting across your face. If we have to go through this, I'm glad we get to do it together. Me too. But we should probably get back to the others now. Yeah, let me just erase the board really quickly. Zaya swipes away your notes, and feeling calmer than you have in days. You slip out in the room, spotted him through the lobby. As you make your way back to your friends, you find Mary Johnson sitting with them, waiting for you. Jesse, just the person I want to see. I want to express my gratitude for your assistance in apprehending such a dangerous man. The island owes you a great debt. Well, you know, someone had to do something about the literal murder on the loose. While Mary Johnson's smile fights against becoming a sneer. Be it as it may, I am very proud of you all, and I want to give you my condolences for the tragic loss of Coda. I sent the coroner to retrieve him, and his remains are being treated with the utmost respect. To help breathe, I have humidifier right in my face. And as I always said, it is on high, so there's just a lot of steam right in my face. And right in my face is my phone, so it's kind of blurry, you know. Respect. What do you know about respect? You don't even deserve to say Coda's name, if that was what you prefer. But by her words, her expression doesn't show an ounce of care. Deep down, you feel a flame in your belly ignite. But it's also getting into my throat. The steam is also getting into my throat, so. You might hear me cough. Oh, you might just hear a pause. Don't mind that. It's also getting in my eyes. It's getting everywhere in my face holes. Play nice. As much as you want to give in, take a deep breath and set yourself. I don't have time to waste this war right now. If Bride isn't the killer, every second that passes is another opportunity for the real killer to wreak havoc. And the real killer is standing right in front of me. It might be wise not to piss me off before I have proof. My friends mean this. I'll be free to go. And the past few days have been a little nightmare, and we deserve some peace and quiet. I wholeheartedly agree. I have my driver ticket home. No. She just told the door, and as you fight against the uneasy feeling in your gut, you follow the mayor outside. And right into the slew of boarders. You try to make your way through, when Mayor Jackson grips your arm, holding you in place as she lowers her voice and wait, you can hear it. Right after you make a statement about how true you are, you caught the killer. Jesse, I hear Jesse. As cameras flash and reporters start shouting the questions directed at you and the mayor, you feel your stomach churn. And if I refuse, you're free to try and duck them on your own, but you know how violent they can be. Jesse? Behind you, it's like you're unlucky to tug at the precinct doors to find them locked. Oh my god, you have to know the confession was forced. You're well in the mayor, not bothering to hide the disgust on your face. What happens if someone else drops dead? This might not be over. What I know is that Moret Island runs on the backs of partying hooligans who like to get drunk and spend all their money. Everything you've got to stand between this town and the livelihood of its residents. I think you'll find yourself standing alone. And alone is a dangerous place to find yourself lately. Wouldn't you agree? Careful, Mayor Jackson. That sounds an awful like a threat or a confession. Take it how you will, but I'm allowing you to be the hero of this thing. Cross me and you'll regret it. For a moment you pause, looking desperately for a way out, but finding none. Fine, one brief statement, and then you call off your dog so we can get out of here. That's what I thought. She turns to the crowd of reporters, and she steps up to the podium. Your hands clenched into fists at your sides. Okay, this steam is a lot. I'm literally blowing to get out of my face. Hoping about putting my face into it. Hypocrite. Hello everyone. Some of you may have heard of the tragic deaths of several young people over the past few days. Oh look, it's cold, so my hand's gonna go. And the mic is wet. No. Mikey. But I'm greatly relieved to be able to tell you today that the man responsible has been apprehended. Please, let me introduce the young person who was essential to bring that man to justice. Jesse Goodman. As you make your way to the podium, the mayor stops you, gripping your hand a little too tight. No matter how you feel about me, I kept this news from the public for a reason. Widespread panic will happen anyone. So let's go, moving on without giving you a chance to respond. and you can't help but think about her words. She's right that keeping the peace with a killer on the loose is a recipe for disaster. But people fight in that truth, don't they? She hit the podium. Reporters start shouting questions over each other. Miss Goodman, is it true that the killer has been caught? We've heard from sources that your friends and family were the only targets. Are residents safe here on the island? He glances over to May and Johnson, and she looks at you expectantly. He assured the public. Oh, fuck you. Your bitter taste in your mouth, you sigh. Wait, last night, my friends and I apprehended a man who broke into my house dressed as Savvy Joe. Just recently, that man confessed to the murders. It's not a lie, but it's not the whole truth either. It's the best I can do until I'm certain I won't cause widespread panic for no reason. He's definitely a loner, so there's no reason to believe he was acting like anyone else. Can I step back to your side, give you a approval nod? Now I'm choking on smoke. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's been a long day for Jesse and their friends, so they will not be able to stay for pictures. Before the words are fully out of your mouth, drag your friends away from the cameras and reporters, not stopping until you're well out of earshot. Well, we weren't sure before. There's some giant, there's some kind of conspiracy going on here with the mayor. That's for sure. It's just me, did it sound like she basically admitted she could murder you with immunity? I heard it too. Problem is that no one else did, and if we're gonna take a shot at the top, we need heavy-duty artillery. The detective told me that Brian had been sleeping in the abandoned prison. Maybe there's something there that could tie him to Mayor Jax. Yeah, but there's no way we're getting in there. It's closed to the public. Damn it. You thought you had to hang, and for a moment, all seems lost till you open your eyes. Actually, I might have a way in. You kneel to pick up a discarded prison tour pamphlet, smoothing it out enough to read the phone number on the front. Quickly, you phone and dial. Yes, I'd like 4 tickets to the abandoned prison tour, please. I thought it was ending. Later, you and your friends are waiting outside Morrick Island, maximum security federal penitentiary, with a group of tourists trying to blend in. If you told me a few days ago, I'd be on this stupid tour. I would have gone straight back on that ferry and gone somewhere far, far away. Just remember, it's for a cause. Maybe. I was supposed to do our own thing when we got all these people around. We wait for the perfect moment, keeping an eye out for my signal. And while your friends nod, and you watch us loudmouth from your rival moves to the front of the crowd. Well, everyone, I'm Marty Atkins, and I'll be your tour guide if you just follow me. You have a hand, motioning for your friends to hold up until you're at the very back of the group. Then, I was looking. Now, as soon as you're outside the prison, you silently beckon your friends to a nearby hallway, and when you can no longer hear Artie's voice, let out a sigh. Anyone else feel like that was comically easy? How are there no alarms or traps or anything? This isn't exactly a fun place to go for a walk, Jesse. Some of the tunnels lead to here, and it's pretty creepy. You heard a hand sweeping across dust-covered walls. Get used to bleeding, but it seems fine to me. Well, you take a step forward, one of the floorboards bends dangerously underneath your weight. Whoa. Before you know it, the board breaks, and you feel the ground disappear beneath you. Try to jump forward to more solid ground. Huh? As your final push is to push off from, at the last second, try to snatch you, holding you on safer ground. Are you okay? Yeah, just up, guys. Some of these floorboards are a little sketchy. Do you know where we're going? Because I blindly wander around hoping to find something, and doesn't seem like the best method. Like this right, this place is huge. We need to nail things down. If Brian were really sleeping here, he would need a bed. And if I was sleeping in the same jail as the serial killer I'm obsessed with, I know exactly which bed I choose. Savvy Joe's cell has gotta be around here somewhere. But as you push further into the prison, you realize it's not as short as the cells, and all of them look the same. And there's a lot of ground to cover yet, Jesse. We need more to work with. So we continue down the hallway, past the locked door, an idea dawns at you. Wait, the inmates aren't the only ones in the prison. Isn't it usually an office or something for the warden? But there'd be a roaster, Her roster and narrative will tell us exactly which cell was Stabby Joe's. We lead your group toward the bank, of locked doors, and carefully peer into the dark spaces, looking for the one that holds all the answers. Still, it's slow going, and your friends drag under the repeated disappointment. Is it wrong that I'm starting to hope you don't find anything? Maybe then all this can just be over. So I do want this was out in the situation. Everyone turned a blind eye to the situation, and now look where we are. We're colder than this than they are. Jeez, Jesse. No one's saying it's not worth doing. Just that this situation kinda sucks. I don't like that the music changed when I said that. Whoa, don't fight, you guys. Jesse's right. And at least we're all here together, right? Right. Still, as you return to your hunt, the mood is palpably more tense. Finally, just as you're about to enter it, this may not have been the best idea. Lucky calls out. Hey, I think I found it. And your friends pry open the door, and as you step inside, just piles of folders and rows of file cabinets against one wall give you a surge of hope. Let's put out and start looking into everything. You may be looking for cell assignments, but you never know what might be useful. You immerse yourself in the warden's files, rifling through the ledgers of the prison accounts and roosters, the guards, until... You guys, I got something. Kind of enticing to get a look at the file he's holding. It's labeled Campbell Joseph. That's gotta be Stabby Joe, right? I think so. It's kinda hard to read. Read the paper, studying it slowly to get a feel for the handwriting. It's pretty messy, but this word here is definitely released. It doesn't make sense. The point of the legend of Stabby Joe is that he escaped and killed people. Harris starts to pound in his chest, and suddenly that very story that has haunted your whole life starts to crack. I'm starting to think we don't know the whole story. Now playing next trust for Campbell. Campbell, everyone knows you're guilty. Your confession is just the icing on the cake. I'm gonna confess because there's nothing to confess to. I found a man lying in a puddle of his own blood, and I tried to help. The only thing I'm guilty of is being a good citizen. Right, of course. Never mind the overwhelming evidence against you. I didn't do it. What evidence could it possibly be? I'm afraid this is privileged information. How could I possibly defend myself if I don't even know what the evidence is against me? I guess that's an issue, isn't it? He laughs, long and merciless, and you feel yourself become overcome with emotion. Look, I know you must have heard this 1,000 times. I'm telling you, I'm innocent. And I'm not the only one you're hurting. My wife, she's pregnant, and we moved here for a better life, for a young family. She needs me. Our baby needs me. Dan, you should have used your words instead of your knives. Stabby Joe. No. As you wail, the guard yanks you up by the elbow. Leading you out the room, and into the cell, keeping you from everything you know and love. Months later, you're woken by the rattling of a nightstick against your cell bars. Stabby Joe, front and center. What do you want this time, Danes? Then you hear, I want you front and center. The guard advances, forcing you into a corner as he brandishes his nightstick. Wait, please. But instead of the brutal swing you're expecting, cold metal clamps around your wrist, and you find yourself handcuffed. Where are you taking me? You'll see when we get there, and I want you. He leads you through the hallways as fear coats the back of your tongue. You can't the disaster that flushed through you. Despair. Today's the day he's finally gonna kill me. And I'm so sorry. I promised to protect you, and I failed. You enter a darkened hallway, out of sight from the rest of the prison, and you steal yourself for the last moments. Only for Officer Danes to open the door to the warden's office. Inside, a judge awaits. What's going on? Joseph Campbell, the appeal you filed to court has been determined in your favor due to proof of wrongful imprisonment. Your sentence is hereby vacant. What? The judge pauses before offering a sympathetic smile. You're free to go, Mr. Campbell. The court's apologies. Thank you. The guard leads you out of the courtyard, unshackling you on the steps. He mutters to you under his breath. You might be free from prison, but you'll never be free from me. I know you did, and I'm gonna make you pay. Before you have a chance to respond, he shoves you forward, disappearing back into the courthouse, and you hear the sweetest sound you ever heard. Joseph. Hanny. You want to embrace your wife, more visibly pregnant than you last remember. Not from the last time you saw her from behind bars. My love, I missed you so much. We'll never be apart again. Never have anything to say about it. But Officer Danes never forgot his promise, and it ate him until one dark night he set out to make out all Malik Island's worst nightmares come true. He was not getting away with scot-free, not my watch. That bastard's gonna pay. The guard drags a half-conscious young officer through the tunnels, dropping him into the dirt and before drawing a knife and finishing him off with a vicious gash across his throat. He ambushed through the tunnel, past the trail of assembly mutilated corpses, and emerges at a house newly built for a young family living inside. Gambrell come out and face me like a man, but the whole place goes up in smoke. Inside, look at him. Your wife by your side, shaking. Stay inside, Annie. Keep Claire out of sight. Hide in the cellar. I'll come get you when it's safe. Joe, I can't lose you. Please, be careful. I will. I promise. He gets Annie on the cheek, then the little girl on her arms, and helped them down the cellar. I'll be back soon. He closed the door, didn't hear the guards shout from outside again. Campbell. Alright, I'll come in now. Each other recently finished axe handle, leaning against the nearby wall, holding up Lucy by your side. You pushed open the door. What are you doing here, Officer Danes? You tell me. I see you're armed. Just as a precaution. I don't want to use it, but I will if I have to. Now tell me, what do you want? I'm here as a courtesy, to let you know this is your last night as a free man. What are you talking about? The murder and mutilation of countless officers and civilians, something about. The judge is bloody love that. That's ridiculous, Danes. I've been home all night, and my wife can vouch for it. No, she can't, because you're bloodless. You killed her and your little girl before I was able to stop you. Danes pulled out a blood-stained blade, brandishing it in the dim light. It's a shame, really. Take another step and I will end you. I'd like to see you try. Officer Danes moves toward you, and you surge forward, raising the axe handle above your head of the club. This is your last chance. Leave, I have no choice but to make you. And that's what I was hoping you'd say. Danes advances on you, and you match him stride for stride, swinging the handle down hard on his head. Tries to dodge, but isn't fast enough to avoid being clipped on the shoulder. Now get out of here. Not until you're sent back to where you belong. You bring the club up again, but the guard grabs the other end and twists, wrenching it out of your hands and hurling it out of reach. You swing your fist at his wrist, knocking the knife to the ground a few yards away before blocking his path to it. I'm sorry, but I can't let you hurt my family. You're not going to let me do anything. You're going to watch. Dave lunges for it, and immediately you fall on him. You can help but subduing him. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to do this. Keep up, Campbell. I won't stop until you're riding where you belong, in the prison cemetery. I'm never going back to that hellhole. Two people grapple with each other, neither of you able to get the upper hand, until finally you muster all your strength and pin Danes down with your weight. I have a family, people who need me, and I would never do anything to leave them, so why do you keep trying to make me? Because in the moment I looked into your eyes, I saw the evil in you. You don't belong in this town, and I'll do whatever I have to save the people of Malik Island from you. Even if it means killing them, whatever it takes. His eyes flicker to the knife between you, and at once, you know he'll never stop, persistent you easily lunge for it. No. But your palm finds a hand, and with one quick slash, you slide the blade across his neck. I'm sorry, but I have people to protect too. Officer Danes tries to form words, but it's too late. He falls to the ground, dead, his blood soaking in the island he loved in all the wrong ways. In the warden's office, you fish out paperwork for countless lawsuits for libel and defamation, both from your ancestor and later his estate. These are all against filmmakers, production companies, newspaper. No one who dared to mention the name Stabby Joe. And looks like he won every case. The lawsuits go right up Jim, my grandfather. My dad is the only one who didn't stand up for him. Instead, he signed away the rights for the movie to be made. I found his records right here. Joseph Campbell, sentence overturned. He said it wasn't a monster. He was just protecting his family, Jesse. I can't believe it. Guys, Joseph Campbell was innocent.